Welcome to another episode of the History Hyenas, everyone. It's going to be wild. It's another quarantine episode. It's Chrissy, come on my back, and Yanni and Yanni almost. We're having a good time here. We're playing wild. I mean, you know, I've kind of just had. I'm almost at the point of just having fucking enough. Just having enough of the Zoom stuff, of the digital stuff. Certain members of my family. So I'm going upstate. I'm just going 3 hours upstate into the Catskills because I'm Chrissy Catskills. And make no mistake, you're not going to be able to fucking find me.
I feel the opposite. I don't know what is going on, but I feel like if I saw you in person, I would freak out and get scared. I'm getting so used to this quarantine. I feel very comfortable and safe being 6 feet away from people. Some might say I have Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, the episode today is going to be about Stockholm Syndrome, and cuz when I finally get a chance to physically see you, I'm going to tickle your nuts like Pee Wee Herman. So just so you know, it's gonna get bad because I sometimes, this episode when researching about Stockholm Syndrome, I mean, cuz sometimes I feel like I'm a victim of it because I've been victim to some of your long days, and I still want to come back for more.
Stockholm Syndrome is a very, very, very interesting phenomenon. It is...
Cuz you look fucking really handsome today, and make no mistake, I want to tongue kiss you.
Yeah, I mean, I just woke up from a nap. I've been eating pizza every day. I'm 20 pounds overweight. Greek don't leak, baby. I'm looking good. And
Gay is the way.
My scumbag shape-up is growing back in soon.
Because it's growing back in. What can you do? You're safely into the second trimester now with the BABI. So, I mean, you know, it's smooth sailing from here. Now, the second trimester is the golden trimester. And then the third trimester, things start to get fucking wild because there will just be an almost fully grown baby just sitting on your wife's bladder for about 2 months. You're just going to have to fucking suck it up and deal with it.
She's gonna start getting a little more difficult is what you're saying?
Yeah, because, I mean, you thought you were a long day? Wait till your wife's 8 months in. That's going to be long days.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to get as much rest as I can right now. And I got to be honest with you, I'm getting very used to this quarantine. I don't know. I just, put on a mask. Even when my wife says hello to me, I put my mask on in the house.
Yeah.
I'm fucking ready, cuz.
Yeah, it's been nice to spend these last 2 months as a Muslim woman, and it's just, you know, it's a little bit like I get why, you know, they always want to have masks on, and it's just I kind of like the little, you know, being Chrissy clandestine. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean, whenever the Chinese CCP is ready for me to salute them, I'm ready. I've been broken, I've been manipulated. I got fucking Stockholm Syndrome, but it's called Wuhan Syndrome.
It's called Wuhan Syndrome. Yeah, I mean, Stockholm Syndrome, if you guys don't know what it is, it's when a captive begins...
It's the reason why Venetia works for us.
Yeah, we got her on Stockholm Syndrome because, make no mistake, we just got her on Stockholm Syndrome, and
it's the reason why Mike still works for Riotcast.
Yeah. We verbally.
I mean, what the fuck happened, Mikey? We pulled you out of there and you got pulled right back in.
Yeah. Well, who are you, me? Yeah. I mean, cause it's Stockholm Syndrome. I mean, what? What can you do? What can you do? I mean, it's basically, if you guys don't know what Stockholm Syndrome is, it's when the Webster definition is a psychological response wherein a captive begins to identify closely with their captors as well as with their agenda and demands. So, in other words, you get fucking kidnapped by somebody and you would think all you want to do is leave, but when the police come in, you don't want to leave. You want to stay with the captor. So it's pretty close to like when you know, women get abused by their husbands. Like, Yanni, remember that time we were walking in Bay Ridge and we saw that guy beating the shit out of his girlfriend and we tried to intervene and then she pulled out a knife and wanted to stab us and told us to get away, but she was getting her ass kicked? It's like that was kind of like Stockholm Syndrome.
That was one of those moments where I realized how good a kid you were, but also that's when I felt the 9-year difference between us. That was a moment where I felt the 9-year difference between us.
Yeah, where I was still...
Yeah, you're a good kid, you're a wise kid, you're a smart kid, But we just saw two different things there. You saw a girl who needed help. I saw a fucking stupid bitch that was getting what she deserved.
Yeah, it was getting what she deserved. And yet, in hindsight now, I mean, I should have just told her to go back to her fucking job at Rainbow. And if she wanted to act like that, but, you know, I was trying to be Chrissy Good Samaritans. And then remember we went into that deli, and I forgot what the name of it is, but I remember it smelled like cat piss. And people say it's a good deli in Bay Ridge, but make no mistake, they do have a bodega cat that pisses and shits on the floor.
Yeah. So what happened was me and Chrissy were walking in Bay Ridge down 3rd Avenue, and there was this guy just like guy and girl arguing, and the guy was just kind of like throwing her about a car, right? And she was like arguing back with him, and let's just say it wasn't like a gentlemanly argument, or it wasn't in a language that was used proper subjects, verbs, and predicate. It was a lot of put me to and put me to.
Yeah, I would say that most likely the parents of those people, I would say English wasn't, it's not their first language. And I would say they were probably, on an island. They probably emigrated from an island that rhymes with, Smerdo Stico or, Dominican Republic. One of those two, I mean, they either fucking, yeah. I mean, it's just one, let's just call a spade. I mean, they were from Sunset Park. So, and it's just what it is. And they traveled, and we were trying to help. We were just trying to be helpful. And a lot of people came out and tried to help. And I mean, that guy was ready to fight, and his girlfriend was ready to fight. And then once we left and we said, all right, fine, this is your problem now, he continued to beat the shit out of her. But after she got, was going to attack us, I mean, what could we have done?
So, yeah, what happened was Chrissy was like, we got to do something. We crossed the street. I was a little hesitant. I was going like, it looks like, she's kind of like, I kind of just had the feeling that this wasn't they didn't just meet. This wasn't their first fight. It had kind of a comfortable this was their dynamic.
It was just a regular Tuesday for them.
It's a regular Tuesday for that trash. And then, but another couple guys, also good Samaritans. I don't ever want to hear people aren't good, because people are usually good. And that's why it's like people focus on the negative, but like we all wouldn't be here, like I've said many times before, if people weren't good. So like a posse formed around them and started yelling at the guy like, hey man, stop. And there was also this like older white woman who was also in on it, saying shame on you. And then the Stockholm Syndrome thing happened that you didn't see coming. And even I was a little shocked, because when it happens, you're kind of like, is this happening? She turned around and told us to go fuck ourselves and started threatening us. She was going, fuck you, you don't know. And then he and her both started coming at us aggressively. And then you just saw everyone in the group in the posse that formed go like, all right, fuck you, get what you deserve, kind of. And she was still like, fuck you, bitch, you don't know, I'll get you fucked up, my brother will kill you, whatever. And then we just walked away, and then he just started to hit her or whatever, because that's what she wanted in some strange way.
Yeah, and then the weirdest part of the whole thing for me is that weekend she was at my kid's birthday party. So, it was a family member. So it's just what it is. But, it's Stockholm Syndrome is very, very interesting. I mean, it gets its name originally.
Fascinating. This is one of the most fascinating things on the planet in the human condition is fucking Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, the whole human – because, I mean, listen, it's been happening for probably since the beginning of time, but it just got the name because they got the name from a bank robbery in Stockholm in the 70s. What was the exact year? In August. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, you go ahead. You got it.
In August 1973, foreign employees of Sveriges Credit Bank were held hostage in the bank's vault for 6 days. And a standoff began with escaped convict Jan Erik Olsen pulling a loaded submachine gun, firing at the ceiling, and disguising his voice to sound like an American. And he cried out in English, "The party has begun."
That's my favorite part. Is he probably just took a line from some 70s movie, and he just said it with like a heavy Swedish accent, and because information wasn't that readily available back then. It wasn't like he could just turn on the internet and watch an American thing. So at one point, he probably watched like Revenge of the Nerds or something, some movie, and he just imitated one line like, "The party has just begun," pretending to be an American in English. But I mean, he's just a dumb fucking Swedish bank robber.
Yeah, he's a dumb fucking idiot. And then he shot a policeman. And then Olsen demanded $700,000 in Swedish money. So I don't know how much that fucking really is, but who knows? I guess it's a lot. And then he wanted a getaway car and the release of Clark Olofsson, who was serving time for armed robbery and acting as an accessory in the 1966 murder of a police officer. So that's going down, which one thing you know for sure, inside this bank, I mean, nobody has fumes because it's Sweden. So at least being trapped in there for hours and hours after, nobody has fumes because they're just Swedish fucking, they got clean asses in Sweden.
Yeah, no, the whole bank would probably smell like the burning wood of a fireplace, just like a pleasant smell.
Yeah, just like an anthropology store, just real nice.
Yeah.
So within hours, the police delivered Olsen's fellow convict. I mean, do you understand how wild that is? Just the Swedish police department. So it'd be like if I held up a bank and I was like, Jan, I need you to get Yannis Pappas out of Rikers Island right now. I'll kill everybody. And then they went and got you out of Rikers. I mean, that was nuts to me. Why would the Swedish police do that?
I think, yeah, this is sort of a microcosm for why the Swedes and countries like that need America and NATO to protect them. Because you guys are just fucking soft and you just don't know what you're doing. You never negotiate with terrorists. But in Sweden, apparently, you shoot was he a guard or a police officer? Either way.
He was who cared? Yeah, he's fucking, it doesn't matter. Just
shot someone, took a few people hostage, robbed the bank, and was like, I want you to get my boy out of prison who was convicted of being an accessory to the killing of a cop. Which in the United States gets you beat the fuck up behind closed walls. But they said, okay, and they gave it to him. They even gave him a car full of gas. They were giving him the only time they drew the line from the request he was making, because they granted him everything, was when he asked if he could bring the hostages with him. And that's when they drew the line. I mean, Sweden, I mean, you're just too lenient, guy.
Yeah, they were real lenient, so that's the only demand they didn't give into. And then during the standoff, a bond developed between the captor and the captive. So they're inside the bank for a good amount of time, and then a bond starts to develop, which is wild. I mean, I've met people in all kinds of places, but in a bank robbery to fucking kick things off, it's kind of wild, no?
Yeah, I mean, the kid took 3 women and 1 guy, probably a Fanuc. The kid was probably a $3 bill.
100%.
Yeah, he took 3 women and 1 guy captive for 6 days, and
wow, 6 days?
6 days, that was enough. Yeah, 6 days. They were in the vault, and at one point, in later interviews, the hostages were interviewed and said, he treated us very well, and they would say, like, what did he do that made you think he treated you very well? And with one of the hostages, he put her on like a leash type of thing. He put her on a leash, and he let her kind of walk around outside the vault, and she thought that was very kind. Another time he was contemplating, because he was threatening the cops, he wanted to get the things he wanted. One of the things he threatened the cops he was going to do if he didn't get what he wanted was shoot one of them in the leg. And one of them later said they thought that was very kind, that he was just going to shoot them in the leg and not kill them.
Well, let me ask you this. Well, let me ask you, Yannis.
Yeah.
I mean, let me ask you this, Yannis. I mean, you've been shot in the leg. Do you think that was a nice thing for somebody to do?
Yeah, I mean, the guy's very kind. I want to marry that guy.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking nice guy, right? He just fucking popped one in the leg. He could have done it anywhere. But, yeah, I mean, because you know what's good, though, to get shot in the leg? You know what's good, thankful for guys like us to have little pieces? So, because if you had, like, a huge fucking piece, you wouldn't be having a baby right now. It would have accelerated my trans. It would have accelerated. The only thing that would have made sense to do at that point is be trans, because I would have already had half of it blown off. Yeah, so it's just and then unfortunately, you would have never had the life you have. But because I think no matter what, here's what I will say.
I would have had the exact same life. I just wouldn't have had a wife. I'd be in your lap, and that's what it would be.
That's what it would be, yeah. And so you'd just be adopting a baby instead of giving birth to one. So, but I think no matter what, whether you got your dick shot off or not, or no matter which way your life took you, I think the road always led to Chrissy D's butt. I think no matter what, we're always going to be together, and it was just a matter of time. I think actually it's a shock that I think only because I was too scared to come over the bridge to Manhattan, we didn't meet sooner.
Yeah, I think it's true. what the interesting thing about Stockholm Syndrome to me is that it kind of reinforces what I think I believe is that people don't want to be happy. They don't want to be comfortable. People aren't really rational either. The thing that people seek out the most is comfortable. They want the familiar. They want what they know already. Whatever they're conditioned to know, it's like Plato's allegory of the cave. Whatever their reality is, whatever the thing they know is, they want more of that, for better or worse, no matter what it is, even if it's somebody who kidnaps you and offers to shoot you in the leg as opposed to kill you. It becomes what you know, and for somehow you seek that out. That's why I think that's what describes self-destructive behavior. Because you're going like, that's not rational. And it's like, yeah, of course it's not rational. So it's like, why is that person doing it? They must be doing it because of some prior abuse, and it's comfortable to them. It's what they know.
It's what they know. They want to be comfy-wumpy. Also, though, I mean, I don't know about
Let me just get a second. Let me just guess. I'm sorry. Venetia, you fucking better have that shit ready, okay? You fucking better have those notes ready. You fucking have it ready. You're going to deal with what we paid you, and you're going to fucking like it.
You're going to like it. If you want to get on that leash again and get your exercise in, you'll do what we fucking say. Sorry, woke up. You know what's interesting? I watched it. It kind of has something to do with it, but not really. I watched a Bill Gates thing from like 10 years ago, because now, I mean, people are flying at Bill Gates right now. But he was proposing that there's a gene, I forgot what it is, BMAT12 or something like that he thinks is prevalent in religious extremists. And he wanted to vaccinate against religious extremism in like 2005. He was like talking to the Pentagon about like, I think scientists have isolated this gene, and it's very prevalent, and people have extreme religious ideas and want to be terrorists, and we can vaccinate against future generations. And who knows if the Pentagon put that in our flu shots or not. I mean, I don't fucking know. But I think a lot of this stuff, how for years and years and years we're struggling, and I think the future generations will just think different. We think so much about, why is this person doing that? Why isn't it doing that? But it's like it's in our genetic code. I don't know. I think the comfort that you're talking about is there's a genetic component to that. Do you think so?
I think if not a genetic component, which would imply it would differ from person to person, which it does a little bit, maybe overall it's an instinct of our species. Maybe it's just an instinct of our species, and therefore embedded in the DNA of humanity. Hold on a second. Just like this is.
Nice. You know what? And you're getting a little skinnier, because that's the first time you've turned around and ripped a fart, and we haven't seen the top of your ass crack. So I think your pants are fitting a little better.
Oh, God. Because I just sat back down in my fart wig.
Yeah, because what have you done?
I'm doing a work it, girl, to get out of it.
What'd you eat for lunch today, cuz?
I ate a slice of pizza again, a grilled cheese sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts, and then I had half of an Italian hero.
Wow, a grilled cheese sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, cuz, that's a shred. Is that even legal where you live to do that?
When you shape up your beard like this, when your mother-in-law, who's never left the island of Long Island in her life and votes to the right every election, when she cuts your beard into a shape up like that, you got to get your lunch at Dunkin' Donuts.
Because, I mean, getting a grilled cheese sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts sounds like you are on your way to a birthday party that's being held in a public park.
Because how many times do you think we could have the authorities look at security camera footage and see you sneak your fat butt into a Dunkin' Donuts to pull off a fucking vanilla frosted donut?
Yeah, I mean, cuz...
How many times can you be seen on CCTV outside that Dunkin' Donuts on 3rd Avenue?
Well, I mean, listen, first of all, it's not really me. I don't actually go into Dunkin' Donuts that much, but Barney Rubble, I mean, he kept the lights on at a certain Staten Island Dunkin' Donuts off Highland Boulevard for years, and they only recently closed because of the quarantine. And make no mistake, my dad's been a little sad. He's been a little sad because he's the mayor of that Dunkin' Donuts. I'm not a big Dunkin' Donuts fan. You know what I like? You know what I like to just sneak in, because I could just sneak it in when nobody's looking? I like to just fucking prance my lunch lady ass into a Starbucks, and I like to get a cake pop. I like to just take a bite out of a little cake pop, just a little Chrissy cake pop. it's just a little thing, and then you bite it off, and nobody even knows. And then I get a banana to wash it down to make believe I'm healthy with a black coffee or a coffee with almond milk, because make no mistake, I'm Chrissy Cake Pops.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I did not know that. That seems like not a good idea for a sweet. That's not a fresh sweet.
No, but Cake Pops are good. Cuz I'm telling you, I just did it today because the Starbucks just opened in the neighborhood. Nothing's better than getting a Cake Pop and then feeling guilty about it and going for a jog and getting that last extra mile by just going to SoundCloud and putting on a little MDM. Nothing's better. Yeah.
I mean,
cuz listen,
we all do things that are self-destructive. We have all things embedded in our DNA. And maybe,
but at some point we just embrace it. No, I mean, at some point, when we just like, look, guy, I mean, I'm not killing anybody. I mean, let's just embrace it. What do you say to that?
My point was maybe I was just saying, like, maybe those are all our own self-destructive things. Maybe those are little tiny versions of Stockholm Syndrome. I mean, what are we supposed to do? We're trapped on this fucking ball of pain. We got no explanation for why we're here. There's fucking aliens that come and they look at us and then they fucking leave. And, and what are we – there's fucking Chinese throwing viruses into soups. What are we supposed to do, not go grab a fucking cake pop?
Yeah, what do we fucking – yeah, it's like, guy, it's like – and I support that, and I respect that. And that's the thing. So, like, that's the thing. I feel like I'm an accepting individual where it's like, I'm not going to get mad at certain people. It's like, I expect to fully see somebody dealing with their problems in whatever way. Like, I fucking know for a fact if I jumped over to Mike Suarez's house right now, there'd be a Whataburger wrapper in his belly button. And I'm not going to get mad at him for that. It's just there.
Yeah, no, his Stockholm Syndrome is, the kid has sympathy for the fast food industry, and he needs to, make sure that they stay in the black by buying their products.
How about this? How about this?
Central leader.
Essential eater.
Essential eater.
How about this? How about you're a useless eater? How about this? How about this? The other day I was going to take a shower, and I took my loofah. And I was going to loofah down my body because I'm Chrissy Loofah. I like a loofah. And I thought that I grew a new wart on my belly button, but it was a crumb from an Entenmann's crumb cake that I had that was stuck to my belly button. So, I mean, because I'm just a fat fuck.
You are.
I'm off the sweets train. I was good on the sweets train for a little bit, but make no mistake, it's over.
Yeah, I mean, because when we're going to talk about some of these interesting, famous Stockholm Syndrome cases. Some from the most recent past, some from history that are well known. But our podcast, right? We're kind of a wild.
Last chip witch.
What? Okay, we're back.
Talk about Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, Stockholm Syndrome when you just find ways to love your captor.
Did you eat the last chipwich? Oh,
Chrissy Cake Pop, Chrissy Chipwich. I got a cake pump before, and then I just had to get my fucking hands on a chipwich.
Did you eat the last one? Was it you?
I did eat the last one, but make no mistake, I can blame it on the baby always. So I will just blame it on my daughter. But there's nothing you could do. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, I'm sick and tired of eating arroz con pollo, so I had a chipwich.
And it's not even arroz con pollo, it's arroz con tofu, right?
Yeah, arroz con
There's no meat in that household, correct?
Yeah, this is no carne here.
Because you're fucking like Julian Assange in the fucking Venezuelan embassy.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm in the Ecuadorian embassy. I'm in the Ecuadorian embassy right now, surrounded by whites on the outside. Yeah, because the Ecuadorian embassy in London.
Yeah.
We got to do an episode, by the way. We have to do an episode on Julian Assange, or we got to do one on Snowden. I mean, the NSA, I mean, it's pretty fucking wild, like all the things that they can do. I mean, how the way they were able to when the Florida beaches opened, I just watched this on HBO, on Real Sports, HBO, about how much the coronavirus spread through sports. And they said at one spring training baseball game, they were able to track the people's cell phones who were at that game and see where they went for the next month and track the coronavirus. I mean, that's a little wild, no?
It is very wild, yeah.
That they could do that. And Snowden, no, they've been doing that for years, but only recently, when Snowden, kind of blew the whistle on it, do we know? But isn't that they know exactly where you are at all times.
Yeah. What's his name? Snowden exposed a lot of things that the government was doing that is really scary.
We got to do an ep on that. We got to do an ep on Edward Snowden, monkey.
Yeah, because here's the thing. They have the capability now, and this sort of cooperation between tech companies and the government, because the real power lies in tech, is sort of, it's
because I'm not going to let Bill Gates give me a digital ID, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, Elon Musk is creating with Neuralink, he's creating a chip that goes in your head that he says in 5 years we won't even need language. We'll be able to telepathically communicate with each other.
I'll get that chip in my head as long as it doesn't fuck up my haircut.
Yeah, that's all. That's me too.
Yeah, as long as Stefano can still use the fucking serious barbers, we're good.
But it may come a point where the power structures start abusing us, and we have Stockholm syndrome, and we just start asking for it, because Stockholm syndrome can really be used to explain kidnappings by the way, it's very rare. It only occurs, they say, in about 5% of total scenarios. Right. For kidnappings where Stockholm syndrome happens. Usually the victims abhor their kidnappers, but in 5% of the cases it flips around. But it can also be used to explain, obviously, cults, all types.
Well, I could see it. I mean, listen, if I was in a bank robbery and I'm like really, really, really scared for my life, it's like, what are my options here? I could either be scared and fearful and my anxiety keeps going up, 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 or I can make it all go away if I just fall in love with the bank robber. So I think I could just do that. Just fall in love with this guy, let the blood pressure go down a little bit, get into a 5-year commitment, and then that's it.
So you think it's a survival mechanism almost to kind of...
I do. I think their brains, I really do. I think that their brains are fighting to survive, which is what we're always doing, consciously or subconsciously. And I think that that's what their brain tells them to do on how to survive, is to just be nice, adhere to their demands. And then the brain further said, I think that in an effort to, not go into overdrive with the sympathetic nervous system, I think it says, you know what, why not actually like these people? And then your anxiety goes away, because if you actually like these people, then you're basically, I'm just in a room with my friend, as opposed to I'm in a room with someone who could kill me.
Do you think the Stockholm syndrome occurs because of the victim and their specific personality? Or do you think it's because of the kidnapper who is extra suave and smooth and smart and does it, or a combination of both?
I think it's a combination of both, because I think, like you said, 95% of these things, probably even more, don't end up in with Stockholm syndrome. But I think if you get that perfect mix of somebody who's a little bit passive and will do anything to survive and is a nervous person and their brain goes into overdrive, and just a smooth, suave captor, I think then boom, then you get this. I bet you most of the people who suffer from Stockholm syndrome are Democrats. I bet you would find that out to be true.
That they're more liberal.
I bet you they're more liberal. What can you do?
Yeah, we got to look that up. Maybe one of you guys could Google it. Maybe V, you could Google that if the people who end up having Stockholm syndrome end up voting blue. Let me tell you something right now, because we are brought to you by Tushy.
Yeah.
Look at me, Tushy. You want to keep promoting your product on our podcast no matter what, because we are a podcast about fumes and managing fumes. And make no mistake, nobody manages the fumes better than Tushy, especially during a global pandemic where you're trying to preserve tissue paper. You're going to want to do a little squirt and a smash bean, cuz.
Yeah, I don't have the copy in front of me, so just keep going. I love Tushy.
Yeah, listen, Tushy sprays directly into your asshole like you're playing that water balloon clown mouth game at a state fair, cuz. Bullseye right into the fumes.
Yeah, cuz you just keep hitting my asshole and then I explode into glue.
Yeah, cuz it removes the poop completely. So you aren't sitting on bacteria that leads to nasty things like hemorrhoids. Make no mistake, the kid Yanni's had a few hemorrhoids, and he's had a few benign cysts that had to get removed from inside his asshole.
Because I want to have a clean ass.
Yeah, I got it. Because Tushy, just listen to me, Tushy. I'm speaking to you as much as I am to people. Cuz Tushy's a very important product to have in your home if you want to have a 100% clean ass.
Yes.
Because make no mistake, I don't have Tushy right now. Tushy, I need you to send me one, and I'm hovering between 65 and 75 with paper. You cannot get 100% clean ass without squirting water onto your smashed bean.
Send us pictures of you guys buying the Tushy and then sitting on the Tushy. Send us pictures of you with the Tushy.
We want to see you with the Tushy, because the Tushy sprays your ass with fresh water. It's not toilet water. This is fresh water. It connects to the water supply behind your toilet to spray your dirty smashed bean clean with fresh goddamn water, cuz wet wipes, don't use wet wipes. Here's the thing with wet wipes. It fucks up your plumbing. If you have a septic tank, it fucks up your septic tank. It doesn't dissolve. Wet wipes, even though they say they're disposable, they're not. They clog up all your pipes. You're going to end up with an expensive plumbing bill.
And, Bubby, it's only $79. It's only $79 to begin with. But if you go to hellotushy.com/fumes, hellotushy.com/FUMES, you get 10% off your order, Bubbas.
Let me just explain that to you so you can understand it, people. Just think about how much money you spend on toilet paper because you don't have Tushy. You just slice that in half, maybe more, right? So you're saving money there. 10% with the /fumes. It's only $79. Go to hellotushy.com/fumes. Get 10% off your order. Get yourself a fucking Tushy today.
Yeah, it's fucking money in the bank. hellotushy.com/fumes. Get your asshole wet. Get your asshole clean.
And I want you to take a picture of you on the bowl with a thumbs up, and you are a fucking wild kid. I'm getting a Tushy right. Tushy, send me a fucking Tushy, cuzzy.
Send it. Are they blue? So some of the famous cases here. On February 4th, 1974, Patricia Hearst, Patty Hearst, who was the daughter of Randolph Hearst, the big newspaper mogul, she was kidnapped from her apartment in Berkeley, California by two black guys. And a white woman, all three of whom were armed. 3 days later, the Symbionese Liberation Army, a small U.S. leftist group, there you go, fucking lefty Democrats, announced in a letter to Berkeley Radio that it was holding Hearst as a prisoner of war. 4 days later, the SLA demanded that the Hearst family give $70 in food to every needy person from Santa Rosa to L.A., and then the father, Randolph Hearst, actually gave $2 million, hesitantly gave it away in $2 million worth of food. But then, a couple of months later, Patty Hearst said in a tape that they sent to authorities that she was changing her name to Tanya. So she just went ahead and changed her name to Tanya. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think who came up with the name Tanya on that? Which one of her captors do you think came up to the name Tanya? You think it was the two black guys or the white one?
I think it was definitely one of the black guys.
Yeah, black guys. Because Tanya, make no mistake, Tanya's just as cool as ice. I like Tanya. Tanya, to me, is a very mid-90s black girl name. I definitely, in high school, tried to talk to a couple of girls named Tanya on the Q55 bus. And I was denied. But what can you do?
I mean, she actually ended up joining the SLA Army. She joined them. She ended up joining them. And actually, I think they robbed a bank together, didn't they? I mean,
they did. Later in April, so 10 weeks after the initial hostage, Patty Hearst, a.k.a. Tanya Hearst, they were arrested for armed robbery because they actually went ahead and fucking robbed a bank in San Francisco. I mean, how wild is that? But that one in particular, because then it starts to get dicey. It's like, if you just want to love me, if I just want to fall in love with the captors and then I get rescued, and then it's like, okay, I'm out now and I just want to love this person. But then when you start to rob a bank, it's like, wait, have you always been a criminal? Because that's super rare, right?
Yeah, I mean, she had supposedly, she was brainwashed by her captors. This was interesting because she was a rich chick. She ended up committing a crime with these guys. Apparently she had Stockholm Syndrome, or she just pretended and really did it for the rush because she was a rich girl who wanted to live on the other side of the tracks for a couple seconds, and she was getting fucking banged out by one of the black guys. And, good black dick does carry the consequences of turning you into Rachel Dolezal. You end up being somebody who you're not.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Was this Stockholm Syndrome, or did she just finally get fucked good for the first time and wanted to live on the wild side?
Yeah, I think she wanted to live on the wild side a little bit, and I agree. I mean, we're counting this one as Stockholm Syndrome, but yeah, now after looking at the facts, I'm not so sure it was. And then here's what happens. Here's the ultimate white privilege, woke, dope. What happens? Because we told you Randolph Hearst, the newspaper mogul, was her father. So one of her father's BFFs just so happened to be acting sitting president Jimmy Carter. And in 1979, she was supposed to serve like a 7-8 year sentence. In 1979, Jimmy Carter released her like 5-6 years early because, her pops was Randolph Hearst. So it's just what happens. I mean, that's some white privilege right there. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like SLKS. Like, what is she supposed to do?
Yeah, so she got her sentence got completely commuted. It was a 17-year sentence in prison. And then Bill Clinton in 2001, right before the towers came down, he issued her a full pardon. Yeah. So I mean, if you're the daughter of Hearst, of William Hearst, or whatever his fucking name is, I mean, apparently you can rob a bank and commit a crime and you're good because of the Stockholm Syndrome. So we'll never know if she really had Stockholm Syndrome or if she just claimed it because she just wanted to rob a bank. I mean, who doesn't want to rob a bank in their life? She was probably smart and knew, hey, I could always use Stockholm Syndrome as an excuse for this. Let me see what it's like to just fucking rob a bank for once in my life.
Yeah, just, by the way, real quick, just speaking of like crime stuff, I know this has nothing to do with it, but there's a case going on today about diplomatic immunity. Why do diplomats get immunity? Does anybody know why they actually get immunity? Is there a good legal reason for that?
It's we should do an episode about it, but it has a lot to do with the fact that they're international service people, and so they're there as guests of the government and not subject to the laws. They don't get diplomatic immunity committing crimes, I think, in national jurisdiction, but if they killed someone on the premises of the United Nations, I believe, then the U.S. could not prosecute them, I believe.
Wow. So so instead of Poughkeepsieing me, if you wanted to, but you have to be a diplomat. You're saying if you killed me in the UN, you go to jail.
I could probably get away with it better if I killed in the UN, but the UN is just too classy a place to put you down.
Yeah, because make no mistake, you walk into the UN, they would sniff your fucking Turk DNA, and you would be escorted out.
Yeah, I mean, neither one of us, I wouldn't be able to complete the putting down. Neither one of us would get allowed in.
Yeah, it's what it is.
We'd both get turned away, and that would be funny. I'd be like, I'm here to kill him. They'd be like, you're not allowed in. You're fucking trash.
Diplomatic immunity, you can either be expelled by the state department or the country you're diplomat of can waive your status, and you can be tried then for that.
Okay, all right, there you go.
So it's not a foolproof plan. The country you're from could still tell you you're going to go down.
Yeah. All right. There you go.
One of my favorite Stockholm Syndrome scenarios was this was a crazy one. It was a woman named Elizabeth Smart. Was obviously a very recent one. That was a famous case where she was kidnapped when she was 14, and most people probably know that one. This one was Cameron Hooker was the guy that kidnapped her. Venetia, what was her name? I mean, this story is a why. What?
Colleen Stan.
Colleen, like Colleen and Colleen Jr. What happened to Colleen is she was kidnapped. She was Cameron Hooker and his wife were driving, and they picked her up to give her a ride. They had the baby in the car. Next thing you know, they took her home, and Cameron Hooker turned her into a sex slave for 7 years. She slept in a box underneath his bed for 7 years. 23 hours out of the day, she lived in the box. So he took her out for 1 hour. He raped her for that hour and then fed her, let her go to the bathroom, wash up, and then put her back in the box underneath the bed where she had to be silent and she didn't move for 7 years. She actually had sympathy for him afterwards, didn't want to testify, and actually bought the home that it happened in and wanted to keep it up, be an upkeep it or whatever. So that's a wild one.
Yeah, that's a wild one. I mean, and in that situation, it's like you got to start asking yourself in that situation, like, if this woman doesn't want to testify against him and the crime was committed against her, I mean, it's like, what do you do? Like, does the law, you still just have to fucking put this guy in jail? She doesn't want it.
Well, that's a very difficult and interesting question. I mean, but they're saying she has Stockholm syndrome. That's why she doesn't. Later on, she kind of snapped out of it and told everything that, you know, they wanted to know and testified against him, and he went to prison. He was actually up for parole. This kid, Cameron Hooker, was up for parole, I think, in 2015 or whatever. I don't know what happened. I didn't continue what was going on, but I don't think he made the parole. But she went down to the courthouse and, like, gave a speech to have him not be, you know, paroled.
That's fucking what? I mean, that's, you know, I mean, who the hell? I mean,
How
she
frightening is that? She climbed in the car because, you know, the woman was there with a baby. Janice, the wife's name was Janice something, and she was there with a baby, so she figured it was safe because there was a woman with a baby, as it usually is. I mean, the chances of this happening, if there's a woman there with a baby, are like 1 in a gazillion, because it's guys that are the dirtbags. No woman's ever going to fucking kidnap you.
Especially with the baby. I mean, yeah, I mean, because she had to do a lot of yoga after, I mean, 7 years in a box. You're going to be stiff, no?
You're going to be real stiff because you're going to definitely, you got to do yoga when you get out just to be able to loosen up a little bit.
Got to loosen up. I mean, because, yeah, I don't know, man. 7 years in a box under a bed. I mean, I would want some people to go to jail. But, you know, then again, I mean, because it might be fun to get Stockholm Syndrome one day. Should we put ourselves in this scenario where we get Stockholmed up?
I mean, Stockholm Syndrome seems pretty powerful, that if it can give you the strength to be able to lay in a closed box, because you know how fearful that is to think, to be alive in a box, like you can't move for think about what happened. I mean, let's just take a second to think about what I just said. She was put into a box where she couldn't move for 23 hours out of the day for 7 years, and she said that her faith in God and belief in a chance to escape helped her survive. Her biggest fears was, quote unquote, the company, which Cameron reinforced daily to avoid painful punishment, would happen to her.
Yeah, Bubba's, I don't know. It's one of those ones where it's like, you know, we discover things here on the show that I'm like, I can't explain it. I mean, I have no explanation for how I'm caught a sneeze. Hold on. Okay, it passed. Yeah. I mean, and then you have to be quiet. I mean, cuz what about pissing and shitting? Did she just have to piss and shit in the box?
I think he took her out for that.
Yeah, because you don't want to, because then they would have sex. He took away her name and he called her K. So her name was just K, the letter K. And she was forced to call Cameron Master. She was not allowed to talk without permission for 7 years. Yeah,
and Cameron wanted her to be like the female character in the 1954 French erotic novel Story of O. So I don't know what that means.
Cuz, are we going for them as Halloween or what?
Why the hell not, cuz? Why the fucking hell not?
Yeah, why the hell not? I mean, what can you do? And then, of course, I mean,
and his wife just let this fucking happen. That bitch Janice just let it happen for 7 years.
Well, is Janice going to jail?
They all went to fucking jail.
Bitch. What can you do?
Wild, 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 wild.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, actually here, Venetia highlighted for us, the survival instinct is at the heart of Stockholm Syndrome. So the psychologists believe that it is survival that what causes this, which is wild.
Well, I think your instinct was correct. I mean, when your life is threatened and someone shows you a little kindness, you make a decision that, hey, it probably behooves me to just be kind to this guy, and then maybe your brain just has this. You start to perceive these little tiny acts of kindness in their cruelty as your brain just starts to trick you and start to go, because it's not just a survival mechanism. Like, they're not conscious of it. You couldn't say to them, oh, you're just doing this to survive, right? They wouldn't say that. They would go like, no, actually, you got to see it from their perspective. And they actually support these people. It's what cult followers do. I mean, they get abused. I mean, they're getting abused. I mean, some cult leader is pulling you in. You're a 14-year-old girl, and he's saying, like, this is the way Jesus is going to like you. Now touch my cock and stroke it. and you do it, and it's like it's abusive, but you don't see it that way because you got Stockholm Syndrome. It's pretty wild that the mind has this blind spot that allows, people to do that.
But what's also wild is you don't know if it's gonna pop up in you until you're in that situation. Like we could both say right now, there's no way that we would give in Stockholm Syndrome, but as soon as, that bank robbery happens, I could be on my knees sucking cock. You just don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Because there was another one that happened in Lebanon, the Lebanon hostage crisis. Westerners were kidnapped by Islamist militants in Lebanon, and hostages Terry Anderson, Terry Waith, and Thomas Sutherland, good old Southern boys, all claimed that they had been treated very well by their captors despite the fact that they had often been held in solitary confinement and chained up in small, unclean cells. So, Bubs, maybe Nemmer was telling the truth about those Sandra D's in Lebanon.
Yeah, I mean, that's just another case of it. I mean,
what a psycho he is. I know for a fact, cuz if you want to snap me out of Stockholm Syndrome in Lebanon, you would play a Nemmer comedy CD, and then I know I'm in the fucking hands of a dictator.
Yeah, I mean,
go back to listen to Nemmer. Nemmer was wild. Nemmer. Nemmer was wild. It was a great episode. It was great. It was not as funny, but it was very informative on a new place that we didn't know much about in Lebanon.
Yeah, what did our fan said? It was what did he say? It was a snoozer, but it was a peruser.
Yeah, it was funny. Our fans are top of the line.
Yeah, he said he learned a lot, so it was a peruser, but make no mistake, it was a snoozer.
Yeah, it was a snoozer. And then there was one more that we found where the Japanese embassy hostage crisis. Similar responses were exhibited by the hostages held at the Japanese embassy in Peru in 96, 97. But Japs will just fucking listen to you. They just sit down Indian style. You just give them, they just fucking listen to what you have to say. You give them a little fucking soy sauce, a little wasabi, and then they just go to work. I mean, the Japanese fall in line, no?
I mean, they do. They definitely, they do have that kind of culture where, if a dictator comes up, they do fall in line. Yeah.
Yeah, they just fall in line.
They got that Shogun shit, right? Like, I don't even understand it, but make no mistake, the Japanese were horrific in the 1940s. Yeah, horrific.
Can we do a full episode? Let's make
Rape and Nanking, let's do it.
Rape and Nanking is going to be the next episode, actually. And then I want to do an episode on Edward Snowden monkey. For sure, I want to do that.
Let's do it. Do it.
Yeah. So, Bubbas, wait, you know what? Let me go get my phone charger because we got to read these Patreon names, and there's a lot of them today, and it's going to be funny. So just think of something to say while I go get my phone charger. I do have to go through a storm, so if I'm not back soon, call the police.
Okay, absolutely. So, Kristen Enmark was one of the hostages in the bank robbery in Stockholm in 1973. And she was quoted as saying, when she complained of claustrophobia to Olsen, the kidnapper, he allowed her to walk outside, like we told you, outside the vault, attached to a 30-foot rope. And Old Green told the New Yorker a year later that although she was leashed, I remember thinking he was very kind to allow me to leave the vault. So she could have ran at that point. She was outside the vault. She could have ran. That's another thing that's very interesting. Like Elizabeth Smart, which was one that we all know about that was very recent, that was in Utah, where she was kidnapped and then raped by this crazy couple. She started shopping with them. She started going out with them. One time, a police officer kind of confronted them, and she didn't reveal her identity. She started to forget who she was. I mean, brainwashing is a thing that happens, and it's fucking wild, and that's one of the symptoms of it.
The end of the Stockholm Syndrome. I'm sorry, this was wild to me that as they were being as they were free.
Shut the fuck up and turn your camera on.
As they were being freed, they said, "Don't hurt them. They didn't harm us." And then they said, "I will see you again." And they even saw them. They visited them in prison later on in their life, which is just wild.
Yeah. Well, Venetia, let me ask you: do you think you could fall into Stockholm Syndrome? Do you think if you had to bet on yourself, do you think you'd be the 95% that wouldn't, or the 5% that would?
It's just a survival. You got to be more. You have to be positive. So I definitely would. I think so. I just be okay. I'll be okay. They're going to be good to us. They don't want to kill us. shoot me in the leg. I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think that you might be, actually, because you definitely are someone who searches for the positive, like, for real, dope, I'm here for it. And you may get tricked into believing. Plus, also, let's be honest, it's a little hot, no?
Oh, like to maybe be with the captive? Like, it's
Just being with a guy who you know your dad's going to be pissed at because he's a criminal.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I can't say with 100% certainty if you would be a victim of Stockholm Syndrome, but I do know for 100% certainty you would change your name to Tanya. For sure that you'd do that.
What do you think about Mikey? I think because, Mikey would have, like, let's say Mikey's kidnapped and he's overworked and he's getting screamed at a lot by the captor. Do you think he's going to –
I think the longer it went on, the higher the chances because his sugar would crash. What do you think, Mikey?
I think we saw that play out in real life.
Yeah, no, I know. So when did you find yourself right back in? When did you find yourself right back into your situation?
Oh, the situation's different. And I don't do the same kind of thing there anymore.
Okay, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, good, man. As long as you're happy. That's what I'm all about. As long as you're happy. You know what? Pappas, you're happy, whatever it is,
Yeah.
What can you do? I just miss – because I kind of miss everybody. Should we just go back to Riotcast? Because I miss the studio.
Yeah, that would be funny if we get Stockholm Syndrome and we just want to get back into that fucking dump and have Matt come in and sporadically give us the ads and just we marvel at the fact that he lost 100 pounds. And that's just about it. And we just ignore the fact that the door hasn't been fixed because we're like, wow, man, you used to be 500 pounds and now you're 150. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're fucking crazy. Yeah.
What do you guys do with the laugh button again? I still don't even know what they do.
Yeah, do we owe them any more ad reads?
Yeah, we do. We have one more ad read we got to do today.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we got to do today? All right, well, we can't talk business. We got to read the Patreon names. Veneti is getting pissed. Because when Veneti gets mad, should we just call her Tanya?
Yes.
Okay.
Her new name is Tanya. Or let's just call her Elizabeth Smart. That'll be her new name. And we'll tell her to get back in the box.
Yeah, somebody put Veneti's face in Elizabeth Smart's body.
Yeah, someone. Yeah, make some. You know what to do. And then you take Mikey at Riotcast is the TWA Airlines and the Hezbollah kidnappers, and you put Mikey on that flight with Bobby right next to him with a gun to his head.
Yeah, and then put me and Yannis as the captors, and then put Yannis eating a cake pop and my head on the cake pop.
Yeah. Before we get to the Patreon, I just want to say to all our fans who are not listening to WEPA or watching WEPA in the morning every day, 9 a.m. Eastern, what the fuck are you doing with your life, guy? I mean, we are slowly becoming the highest rated morning show on the internet. I mean, the New Yorker just did a 3-page spread on how we've been able to tackle morning shows like nobody's ever been able to do it before. It's live.
God, it's live. It's called Wepa in the Morning. It's a Spanish-speaking morning show, but we don't speak Spanish. I mean, what else do you want to know? You're going to get the stories of the day. You're going to get filled in on the information that you're going to need for the day in a funny way, and it's Spanish-speaking. Also, we're doing No Nets every Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every single Saturday, we're doing No Nets. This week's guest is Nikki Glazer. So she's going to get wild and probably divulge wild information. So sign up for that. And then also this Wednesday, we're going to do the Super Chat at 4 p.m. Eastern Time because I can't do it Friday because I'm going upstate to the Catskills.
Yeah, and whether you're listening to this on time or afterwards, guys, the stuff stays up. You can go binge it. We had Dan Soder on No Net so far. We had Andrew Santino on No Net so far. Here's how it works, baby. You want us to stay wild? You love the podcast the way that it is? Well, guy, for $5 a month, that's $60 a year, you can become a member of our channel and watch all of this content that is out there. If you're hungry for more Chrissy D and Yanni P, it's out there, baby. You just got to open your wallet and open your smile.
Yeah,
I want to become an evangelical preacher.
You're getting close. We got to tell them to go to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys for all the fun. Patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. $5 gets you everything, and you could go all the way up to $25 or $50 a month. And once you start getting up to those levels, for only just $25, $50 a month, because we'll fucking call you on the phone and we'll invite you into our Zoom chats and we'll FaceTime you. So it just gets wild. Go do it. And historyhyenas.com for all our new merch. And it's been beautiful. And one of our favorite things to do every episode is read out the newest members of the matriarchy, the people who have went to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. You will get your name read out. We always encourage a funny name. We pick one winner every show, and we call them the PPW, the pseudo penis of the week, because hyenas have pseudo penises. So, and we encourage funny names. And if you don't want to make a funny name, that's fine too. But we read them out, and we have a good time doing it, and you guys have a good time listening to it. You've told us. So patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys is where all the fun is. Yanni, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So first up, we got Kristen. Welcome. Then we got Blakey, half German, half slope, with the hopes to elope and shoot ropes on the woke and dope Benatia. So it's a good name, but we don't encourage, and we don't. That's our girl. She's our queen mother, and stay the fuck away from Benatia. But it is a funny name, and Mike, mark it.
Here's what I'll say for that one. Roll out the catapult and put her on the list over the wall, but it hit the wall and bounced back.
It hit the wall and bounced back, and unfortunately, you're never going to get a winner if you disrespect the Queen Goddess Venetia. You could say you want to shoot ropes at us all you want. Okay, then we got Yanni, Yummy Gummy, and Chrissy Kissy Sissy Poughkeepsie. Nice.
Good one, Drexler.
Justin, the White Walker Greek with the squeak piece, feed me raisins, Trujillo.
Pull out the catapult and throw him right on the list.
He's on the list. Garrett Vita. Then we got Chrissy Whisty. Is he a sissy because he drank my sticky icky kind of fishy?
Kinda. Did that end kind of fishy?
Kind of fishy, yeah.
Yeah, throw him in the Hall of Fame, perhaps.
Yeah, okay.
He's on the list.
Big time. Then we got Ricky. Pull out those bananas for this insatiable sauce monkey, Francesco Biogila. Nice.
Good one, because Drex.
Then we got Caleb Williamson. Thank you for the laughs. Oh, that's a nice compliment.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Then we got John, Ryan Dilo. Then we got Robbie, Bobby, Bangin' Slobbies. It's what it is, Krautface. Yeah.
Drexler.
Okay. And by the way, when we say Drexler, you guys should be watching The Last Dance on ESPN. It's one of the greatest documentaries I've ever seen. When we say Drexler, we're referring to Clyde Drexler, who was the second best player in the NBA behind Michael Jordan. And we're saying that the name is good. It's a Drexler, but unfortunately there was a better name right near it in Michael Jordan. So that's why we say Drexler, in case you don't know. Okay. So then we got Logan Schultz, Hassan, Callum McCauley from New Zealand, TJ, Tim Langone. Then we got Banged a Muzzy with my cousin, then deported her. Okay, hold on. Banged a Muzzy with my cousin, then deported her after Trump 2020. Okay, nice. Then we got Venetia straight to the blacks for the content. That's okay. Yes.
Oh man,
that's on the list.
I mean, you gotta just put him on the list because of the funny.
Yeah, that's just. But yeah, that's it. Then we got dessert. Then we got Kasha Brumfield is laughing out loud to the potty waddy while getting cracked open and cleaned out by the hubby wubby. Nice. Congrats. I have to listen to the show like Anne Frank because my girlfriend says you're turning me into an FF. Funny. Then we got Carlos, Chrissy D's underbite Gomez. Then we got Zach wakes up early in the morning to watch porn and mourn his newborn stillborn Beckett. Okay. Jesus Christ.
That's the dark, and just because of the darkness, you're going into a Drexler.
Jesus. Then we got Adam Whiteman. Then we got Adam scrape the plate and rape my date. 30 poo.
I mean,
Trump
what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, I mean, we don't. I mean, what is with these names? I mean, these are crimes.
Yeah, I mean, don't fucking throw them on the list. Throw those two in the fucking garbage can. They're too dirty.
Yeah. Then we got Kevin, no swollen prostate, but maybe can have a thumb in the bung, no fumes king.
Drex.
Then we got Jory G, Eileen, Yaya's little beaner. Then we got the Art of Getting Up, who, shout out to him. He's been doing a lot of great work on the memes and stuff we've been posting. So shout out the Art of Getting Up. Then we have Butthole Has No Gender by the Pussy 2020. Okay. Then we got Jesse Zepeda, American Woman. Then we got Here's My Money, Now Show Me Yanni's P and Chrissy's D. It's coming when we get to 5,000.
More of a transaction.
Then we got Chad Smith, a.k.a. This Is the Train to Ron Cuckoma. Oh, to Ron Konkoma, but he said Ron Cuckoma.
Yeah,
nice. Then we got Fat Boy Fatty, Christian Dyer. Then we got Jason, I masturbate to the master race, non-German or vermin warful. Okay.
Whoa. You know, we got to get rid of that one. Yeah.
We got to get rid of that one. Don't condone that. Then we got Jace, Cuzzy Wuzzy, Half a Muzzy, Snow Monkey Hoffman. Cliff Holmerson, Sam Darrell, Carlos Macias. Then we got just a screwed-in kid whose bento box needs to be cracked open by Chrissy's SS Schnitzel. It's what it is. Okay. Then we got D. Gonzo. Then we got Oscar Molina. My mom snuck across the Mexico border, but if you don't think I'm going to vote for Trump in 2020, you got another thing coming. Yeah.
Drexler, but very funny.
Very funny. We got Melanie Sloan. Then we got Heinle Himmler, the FFSS, a.k.a. Wayshawn Charlie Sean. Okay. Then we got Fellatio Jason, who was scared of the situation, wants a recruitment form for the Ladder 14 station. Yeah.
Put him on the list.
On the list. Okay. Then we got Tyler Need a Cuz to Rope My Guts Mayo. Okay. Nice. John Dewig, Christian Magdalene's, Christian Magalanis, Christina, Graham Kelly, Nick Corvino, Patrick Smith. Then we got Cute Boot with
if you say poop shoot or flute, skin flute.
He a little different. He said Cute Boot with a Nazi toot. Okay.
I mean, what's going on? This is the darkest list we've had.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with our new fans, but I mean, welcome, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, they're dark.
Then we got Dino the Greek, Giannis the Squeak, Yaya's Baklava is the ultimate treat. Absolutely no fumes. Make no mistake. Trump 2020.
Drexler. I mean, it was real funny, though.
A lot of Trump 2020s.
Yeah.
Chili Palmer. Then we got Austin, the Texas Chainsaw Twink with degenerative eye failure Merlin.
You know, I think Trump 2020 has almost become like a comedy line for us.
Yeah. Nice part. Then we got Keaton Tobin, Greg Patterson, Zachary Zillman, Evan, Tori Mosley. Then we got Fernando, the Mexican salsa monkey.
Wait a second. Yeah. How that one slipped off under the radar and nobody hit that?
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
On the list, right?
Yeah, throw them on a fucking list. The salsa monkey. Yeah. Not one person has done that.
Then we got Brian Beluskak. Then we got not Yaya's, but these cookies worth tonsillitis.
Good attempt,
Nice.
You know?
Nice. Then we got quarantine fumes from the cheese in my pubes. On the list?
Yeah. Just for the fun, just pure funny.
Yeah. Then we got Ching Chong Bing Bong. If you think Corona was a mistake. Oh, I can't. Hold on. Wait. It cut off. Sorry.
Ching Chong Bing Bong. If you think Corona was a mistake, you are wrong. Trump 2020.
There we go. More Trump 2020. Okay. Then we got Robert Finnerty, Tommy Swedish FF Shat My Pants Skiing Engerstrom.
That's a Swedish kid right there, or a Norwegian kid.
It's a nice fact. Then we got Brian, Franks and Beans Freddy. Then we got Justin, I'm a TBG, but I heard your mom's going out with Squeak Cerrone. Then we got Jesse, the plant-based body Ventura. We got Todd's, Elmer Galliena, Matt F., Not Strong, just here for the Tim Dillon content. Sorry, boys. Sean Bayland, Vinny, Sam Sherwood. Then we got Changing Channels with Chrissy D, Sweatpants Peace. Sonia Thornton. Then I got rope burn in my gym class, and now I have warts like Coach Chrissy. Chrissy Snail slides down my whale tail and loves set sail. Okay.
You know, it's a Drexler, though. It's a Drexler. I mean, I got to say, this is the darkest list. And we've had a few bangers, but you know what? It's a little thin. This one's a little thin.
It's a little thin. Then we got Warren was Franks and Beans, but is now a non-two porter. Then we got Ryun, I'm back, shut up. Then we got Doug Flutie, Chrissy, crack my booty, you true blue cutie. Then we got Dave, German looking sauce monkey who's immune to the China virus because I'm married to a surprisingly fumeless Eastern Hemi.
There we go. Take out the fucking catapult and throw that motherfucker right onto the list.
They're on the list. Then we got Dan Ray, Here for Tim, LT, Tomfoolery. Then we got The Coldest, Monica. Then we got Milwaukee FF, will pay to crack open Nikki Glazer, Hale Burr. Patrick Dillon. Then we got Make No Mistake, I'm broke as fuck, but I do know Barney Rubble's account number.
That's a good one. It's a Drexler, but it's a goodie.
Then we got Ron, Tiny Irish Glue Gun Patterson. Then we got Pat, Wrap My Thin Piece, Yanni Nasal Strip Salvatore.
Good attempt.
Then we got Patty, I Support Gay Divorce Johnson. Chrissy Glue Hair, Cy OK. Then we got Nikki Das Fumi, Fleece Above and Around His piece. Then we got Lakeside Maple on My Poop Shoot Makes Me Go Scoot Scoot.
That we had that one already.
Did we?
Yeah, because I remember it. That's a goodie. We
read him before, but we hadn't read his name out on this.
Well, that's a really good one. Throw him on the list.
Then we got Nate Bargat's a lot of fumes. Yeah. Then we got Luke Clerkin, Cameron D. Forbes, Ryan, John Smith, Richard Todd. Then we got Jay, I think my situation used my glue, made my balls blue, had a baby, and said peace so she could have a papa piece of a vag.
He went for it.
Okay. Kevin Thomas, Patty, not fly balls, Hayde, Giancarlo Parmigiano. That's like his real name.
Parmigiano is funny, yeah.
I think it's his real name.
Yeah, I just put him on the list because it's funny, Giancarlo Parmigiano.
Yeah, your fucking whole name's on the list. Then we got Hunter Paulson, Chris Dawson, Parker. Then we got It's Not Tucked Back, That's Just How It Is. Catherine Crawford, Clinton Johnson, Scott Hathaway. Then we got Austin Make LSD Great Again, Trip 2020 Shoebridge. Ryan Urban. Then we got Zach, Just Another Kraut, Hiding from a Cretan Pitchfork Messer. Trevor Williams, Chris Myers, Cody Higgins, Dan Mazeski, Robert Wedrow, PM, Tom Mason, Nick Eslo, K. Esquire. Then we got Shut Up, Chrissy, and Put Your Glue Gun in My Mouth. Lindsay Augenthaler, Mark Cobrin, Jesse Tings, Joshua Trentadue, CJ, Garrison Tunes. Then we got Sammy Scruden, Hebrew National, 20% off, no fumes, Bloomstone. Yeah.
Drex.
Then we got William Jackson. Then we got Jen, Call Me Honey Bubbles, Lions. Jeff. Then we got Cackling Catherine, Just Got Dumped, so Chrissy come and tapped his cunt. Yeah.
She's got to go on the list.
She's on the list. Then we got Cracked Open Booty Jolito. Then we got John Schneider, Max DeMagistris. Then we got Quinny Rootin' Tootin' Lakeside Maple Scootin' Darcy. Then we got Sean, Magic Mike is the best movie of all time, but I'm not gay, but I'm not straight, Terry. Then we got Lucas Bishop, James Idle, Marco Sid, Jimmy Mundy, Max Villadooms, Brian White, Casey Smith, Matt Nichols, Neil. Then we got Richie, The Shaft is Never Dry, more from Ladder 36 Uptown, O. Dykeman, B. Okay. Shout out. Aldo Flores, Devin. Then we got Dominican Toot, who just wants the Tim Dillon episode, and one Rafael Trujillo, because make no mistake, he was wild. Okay. And one on Rafael Trujillo. Who's Rafael Trujillo?
I have no idea. No clue.
All right, maybe we'll do an episode on him. Then we got Hugo Frosto, Christopher Zatarian. Then we got Ken Dahl Dick. No, it's tucked back. It's peace. Okay. Then we got Dean Bellios, Adam, Travis Vaught. Then we got Fat Pete Jenkins. Then we've got Shook Hands in Wuhan. Now I've got Bat Stew flavored glue.
It's a goodie. It's a Drexler, though. I mean, it's a Drexler.
Yeah. Mike, where are we at?
We still have a lot more we have to say right now.
Okay, so we got to do this whole list?
Get as far as you can. But yeah, because we have 250 more that aren't even printed on this list.
Okay.
By the way, Rafael Trujillo is the former president of the Dominican Republic.
Oh, we'll do an episode on him.
Hell yeah.
On him. Put that on our list of topics to get to.
Got it.
Okay. Then we got Sabrina, Wendy, Trevisnano. Then we got Frank Gannon. We got I Moved My Monkey to the 1975. Daniel Dominguez, Tom O'Brien, Max. Then we got Liam McNontoot, but definitely still have fumes, Trump 2020. Then we got Jeffy, Here for a Good Time, Not for a Long Time, LaCorte. Then we got DJK367. Then we got Paige. I think I didn't get the job because under the ethnicity box, I checked other and wrote in Leroy and Sandy D combo.
That one goes on the list.
That's on the list. Then we got Jordan W. Then we got Grant, Chrissy Makes Me Messy, and Yanni Make Me a Mommy Gibson. Yeah. Then we got
Drexler.
Okay. Then we got Waylon, Iman Snow, Shane Glisson, Emma Anderson, Tim McBride. Then we got Higgy Smalls, Gargle My Balls. Coronavirus has Yannis Pappas looking like a stretch mark metropolis.
That one goes on the list.
That's on the list. Okay. Then we got Wish I Qualified for the Greek Peace, but still go Pyong Boing for Chrissy D and Yanni P. There we go. Then we got Christy, Daniel, Hans Jansen, Alexander Amisboy, Angela Marie. Then we got Yanni's Chest Fleece and Christy's German Peace Make My Ginger Snap Squeak. Drexler. Then we got Forrest Bop, Wolf Ambiawal, Wall Ambiawal, sorry. Then we got Ryan Flackbart, Michael DeRosier, B. Then we got Rito crushing Toots and Tito's like Yanni and Chrissy D do, Escondido. Then we got Work Kid. Then we got Geneseo Candelaria. Geneseo Candelaria. Then we got Jesse White Z and a Clarendon D. Make me an FOG Burlingame. Then we got Sarah Jane. Then we got Tommy, Not a Fucking Commie Tsunami. Yeah, on the list.
Throw Tommy, Not a Commie Fucking Tsunami on the list.
Yeah. Then we got Mikey trying to see the love bump on Chrissy's weenie tortellini. Nice, back-to-back list.
Back-to-back fucking 10 dives.
Then we got Katie Berry, Abi Raja. Then we got Brian the Weekend Weakling Young. Then we got Omid Marashi, Queen McLeod, David Garcia, Tyler McNamara, Jonathan, John. Then we got David South of the Wall Lopez, Eric Hendrickson, Lauren K., Devin Staley, Ross Mooney. Then we got Jamie, I'm new to this, and you are true to this. P.S. I come boogers Ferrari. Okay. Then we got Kamikaze. Then we got Matthew Cole Droster. Then we got Graham, I'm a Canadian cutie with the clap ready to crack open and clean out Ku Klux Chrissy Workman. Then we got Irving Moreno, Maggie Milne or Maggie Milne. Then we got Michael Troy Reagan. Then we got Dingleberry Distefano, Cortland, Proud to be a Non-Toot, Kick O'Neill, Kat. Then we got Joshi, who wants to eat crab ragoons with Yanni until they both toot because it's cute, Cormier.
It's a Drexler, but it was good.
Then we got Tom K, Nathan. Then we got non-toot points for Yanni P and Chrissy D, but make no mistake, I move my monkey to Mike Emoji and shoot ropes over the wall.
Throw him on the list.
He's on the list.
Yeah.
Then we got William Jones.
That one coming. He took us for a ride on that one.
Yeah, I like it. Then we got William Jones, Steven. Then we got I look in Vanitia's windows at night, but I'm harmless. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to do it.
Venetia.
Funny, but they don't encourage it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we're funny, but we don't encourage it.
Yeah,
Drexler.
You gotta go Drexler. I mean, you belong on the list, but you're getting Drexler.
You get Drexler. Then we got Connie, who lives in Flatbush above a rainbow, so I say inside because the nah means not COVID.
Onto the list.
Onto the list. Then we got Tim, red hair, no fumes. My situation's facing mashed potatoes soon.
Drexler.
Then we got Will Clinically MPD, cause he got character pieces moving tickets on a daily in my brainy Marquez. Okay. Then we got Andrew Powell. Then we got Tim Dillon's toes in my ass, Trump 2020. Then we got Alex Gallego. Then we got Chris. Thanks for the dick pic. Then we got Jorge Martinez. Then we got you, whatever. James Papiano. Then we got Evan. I once banged a muzzy, but don't get it twisted. I'm an Irish Catholic cuzzy wuzzy. O'Reilly. Then we got Freaky Squeaky with the Suzuki.
Did you just say Freaky Squeaky with the tzatziki?
Yeah.
He's got to go on the list because he's the first one to put Squeaky and tzatziki together.
I like it.
Yeah.
Then we got Liam. Then we got Stian Sandness. Then we got Dr. Physician. The best doctor could either be a muzzy or a Jew. Then we got Here Before Hole Shots. I'm sorry, Here for B-hole shots. Then we got Chrissy Loves History and his piece is blistery.
Put him on the fucking list.
On the list.
Yeah.
Let's end with that one for right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for that one. All right, there we go. So we had some good ones.
We got some really good ones, cuz. And let me tell you something right now.